What if teachers realize that the most important thing they teach, they don't actually teach? I started teaching around about 20 years ago. And for me, it was very scary on that very first day. You ask any teacher, it could be the scariest day of their life. I had to walk through this long courtyard with hundreds of googly eyes just staring at me. That's the new science teacher. No, it's not. I like his tie. He looks strict. I heard he plays football professionally. Before I even met them, before I even opened my mouth, they had formed a perception of who I was or who I might be. This was taught to me by my very first mentor, an older gentleman, ironically about to retire. He pulled me aside one day and he said, "Greg, never walk around the school without a piece of paper in your hand." I was confused and thought, what on earth is this guy talking about? So he pulled me aside and sat me down and said that the piece of paper is to give the perception that you're busy, you're doing something important, and you're always up to something. Perception, my dear Gregory. It's all about perception. So how perceptive were you when you think back? I want you to think about your teachers. What do you remember about them? The good, the bad, or even your current teachers? When they stand before you, what is it that you absorb and observe? Is it their zest for life, their sense of humour, or is it their kindness, their tolerance, acceptance, and fairness? You see, none of the above is explicitly taught when you're obtaining an educational degree. They definitely weren't taught to me. So where did I get them from? From, educational hierarchy or experts or the curriculum? No. They were modelled to me by my role models, my teachers. I had some amazing teachers, and I've had some horrible ones too. But I could see them all there in front of me, every single one of them. The way they looked, the way they spoke, even the way they walked. But most importantly, I remember how they made me feel and how they inspired me. For example, my art teacher was a petite, scruffy, nail-biting, mumbling man. But he was an amazing artist, far too talented to be teaching at a secondary school. I used to remember running to his classes just to see what magic he would conjure up that day. I loved art, but I probably loved football more. So it was a surprise to me to see him on the football field during the teacher versus student game. He was fast, he was skillful, and I think he too played professionally when he was younger. You see, my art teacher reinforced to never judge a book by its cover, to be humble, and to be caring. My English and science teachers were actually a married couple. I adored them. She was a strong, intelligent, elegant lover of linguists. He was a relaxed, fun, well-groomed scientist. When it came time for them to start a family, they disappeared for a while on maternity and paternity leave, respectively. But only one of them came back. She came back. He stayed at home to look after their child. Now, this was 30 years ago at an all-boys school. That singular event taught me that gender roles shouldn't be locked or defined. Talking about families, we know how important families are to establishing the foundations to who we become. Our parents are able to create an identity for us as we grow. Now, this could only be, I guess, challenged, or there's only one entity or person that could come close to your family or to your parents. That's your teacher. A teacher spends a considerable amount of time with their students. On average, over 19,000 hours in a lifetime. Now that's plenty of time for a teacher to layer their students with their personalities. Likewise, that's plenty of time for the student to layer their own personalities with the positive things they see in their teachers, to accept those that are favourable, and hopefully to reject those less favourable. In the educational world, teachers act as parents. It's known as in loco parentis. Teachers are given the responsibility to act in the best interests of their students and to treat them like their own. I know I treat my students like my own. Always have, and always will. So the important thing about the relationship that is formed between a student and a teacher is an extremely amazing bond. We think about how important these bonds are. I remember a parent-teacher interview. I feel sorry for that child. His father was very angry that day. He wasn't doing well academically, and he wasn't doing well behaviourally in class. He turned around to his son and said, "When you're at home, I'm your father. But when you're at school, Mr. Schrozin's your father." I've never forgotten that day at all. We have a similar saying here in Armenia. When translated, it's, "Your teacher is your second parent." Going back to the bonds that are formed between a teacher and a student, they are special. They are amazing. And it's something that only a teacher will ever feel. These bonds are created because there's a lot of patience, a lot of trust, a lot of kindness and care, and a lot of respect. They should not be taken for granted, and both parties need to put into this relationship, both teacher and student. Now, when these bonds are nourished and supported, society benefits also. You see, great teachers create great learners, and great learners, hopefully, become great citizens. No pressure, teachers. William Sarian, an Armenian-American novelist, once said, "Kids are always the only future the human race has." I've always believed wholeheartedly in that statement, and I'm sure a lot of other educators do too. So those who are in education, or those wanting to be educators, let us strive to have an impact and mould the future for the better, one student at a time. That's why I got into teaching, to have an influence and touch so many people's lives, and to make a difference in this world. If you are a student, I want you to look beyond your exams and your grades. Take the time to appreciate the teachers in front of you. Absorb as much as you can from them, because there is so much there that you could learn. Someone once told me that perception is a powerful tool. Students will learn more from you without even opening a book. Thank you.